Donald Trump thrives on negativity. He thrives on legal systems that try to hold him accountable. And I'm convinced that his polling numbers are going to go up.
This video is brought to you by Pure Talk, brought to you by Pure Talk. You want a killer Black Friday deal? I got one for you. Free Moto G 5G phone from Pure Talk. No gimmicks, no trade-in necessary. Just sign up for Pure Talk's unlimited talk, unlimited text, and 15 gig data plan for just $35 and get the Moto G 5G phone for free. But here's the deal. You need to move fast because these phones will be gone by the end of the month. So if your current phone is on life support, upgrade for free with Pure Talk. Enjoy 2-day battery life, an exceptional quad pixel camera, and a whole lot more. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword Brandon Tatum to speak with Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team. They'll make switching so easy and will make sure that you get your new phone. Remember, Pure Talks gives you America's most dependable 5G network at half the price. So make the switch today. Dial pound 250, that is pound 250, say keyword Brandon Tatum to claim your free Moto G 5G phone with qualifying plan. Pure Talk, simply smarter wireless. Donald Trump has been removed from the ballot, the presidential ballot in Colorado. Now, Stevie Wonder can see that this is obviously going to get overturned by the Supreme Court, but you guys are doing nothing but fueling an inferno of momentum for Donald Trump. And I'm not mad at you. Do you, boo? I'm not mad. Y'all making it better for us. There is no way whatsoever that at this point any of what they do against Donald Trump seems legitimate, and anything they do against Donald Trump is going to work. Nothing. It's over. Y'all might as well throw in the towel. You finna get bum rushed, stomped out during the election. They have no choice. The anger and frustration and zealousness that it creates in me, or zeal, that's probably a better word, zeal that it creates in me gets exemplified every single time they do something against Trump. I have criticisms of Trump here and there. Sometimes he get on my nerves with some of the things he say, but he did a tremendous job as a president. But the more y'all come at him, the more I want to support him. I ain't gonna lie. This is the same thing happened when they indicted him. I was like, you know what? Maybe we can move on. I don't know. Maybe Trump is, maybe he will or won't win. People just don't like him for whatever reason. It's not his fault. Maybe another candidate can sweep in. And then they indicted him, and I'm like, F you guys. It's got to be Trump now. And then over time, I'm like, man, is Trump really guilty of this stuff? Am I getting brainwashed? Am I falling for the you know what? And then they go get him off the ballot in Colorado.
And Frank, what do you think the impact of this ruling will be on their support for him?
It's going to be exactly what the indictments did. It's going to be exactly what the criticisms have done. Donald Trump thrives on negativity. He thrives on legal systems that try to hold him accountable. And I'm convinced that his polling numbers are going to go up. Just today, the New York Times published 6 key swing states and had Donald Trump up beyond the margin of error in 5 out of the 6. The polling earlier a month ago was significant. Trump is gaining. The more that he is prosecuted, the more that he is condemned, the higher his numbers go as people rally around him. And I would say to the judges, as I said to the Justice Department, you're actually making it more likely that Donald Trump is elected next November by how you are pursuing this. You don't explain the decisions. You don't put things in context. And so Trump climbs and climbs and climbs. And right now, he's beating Joe Biden clearly nationwide.
Well, for the judges would say, look, we're just going by the law without fear of favor. And I mean, but does the context even matter to Trump supporters? Because there have been, tonight's ruling was really lengthy, explaining point by point why they believe he incited the insurrection, why the 14th Amendment applies to him. But to the average Trump supporter, does that context even matter? Is this more about, once again, Trump is the victim of the deep state kind of thinking?
It actually proves Trump's point. It proves that the people in charge, the people in power, are trying to take him down. But it's not, you're not trying to reach all the Trump voters. You're simply trying to reach 3 or 4% of them that will make a difference in this election. Now, make no mistake, there's very few undecided voters right now. There are very few people who going back and forth between Trump and Biden. It's more about those people who are trying to decide whether or not to vote. And I got to tell you, Nikki Haley was gaining and gaining and gaining every single day. But she's going to be lost in the coverage for the next few days, maybe for the next couple of weeks. As Trump turns this to his advantage, he is the best victim politician I have ever seen in my 35 years in doing this. And this is exactly what he would have wanted in the run-up to the Iowa caucus.
Very quickly, because it stuck out to me in looking at these polls, how many people who sat out in 2020 are now saying they're going to vote and they're going to vote for Trump. So you think this just sort of supercharges that, right? It's going to just bring more people out to vote for him who maybe sat out before.
And the state that blew me away was Nevada, because that's a state with a significant percentage of Latino votes. Trump has been screaming about illegal immigration, and Nevada seems to be rewarding him for the language that he uses and for the intensity of his message. If Nevada's going this much for Trump, that ought to send you a big signal about what's happening in America today.
Y'all didn't open up a can of worms that y'all not prepared for. Colorado banning him from the ballot proves nothing. It's going to get overturned in the Supreme Court, and people can just write his name in. But now people are starting to see that you're attacking a political opponent. This is communism. This is dictatorship. And it's not like it's Obama, a well-spoken man, the first half-black president, because he wasn't black, he was half-black, and that can articulate himself, that was charismatic. It wasn't him that's running against Trump. It's an old, decrepit, ignorant, foolish, dead man stumbling around in the White House, probably pooping his pants. They got him staged somewhere when he's acting like he's in the Oval Office signing stuff. They got him staged on some set somewhere. He is the most illegitimate president in American history. And we haven't seen nothing yet because they refuse to investigate him like they should. He should be up under the jail at this point. But Donald Trump is getting ready to steamroll. And he has got my full support, 100%. It was like 90%, but now it's 100. It's like, F you guys. It's you versus us now. It's not you versus Trump. It's you versus us. Y'all trying to play us. You already taking our money and blowing it in Ukraine like it's a strip club. Ukraine is like a strip club. Ukraine is like Hunter Biden's bank account in prostitutes. They just throwing money. They just throwing money and they have nothing to show for it. In my personal opinion, they just paying to see people get killed on both sides. But Donald Trump is going to take this thing all the way to the house. It's like getting an interception on the 1-yard line, and you're the fastest dude in the NFL. You run a 4.2 and a 40, and the quarterback is the last one to beat, and you know his 40 was a 5 flat. Trump is running to the house uncontested. And if they do put him in jail, you're going to make him even more popular. He's going to be the first president in United States history to win an election from jail if they happen to put him in jail. Yeah, Biden making it rain, all right. Biden is going to be in trouble whenever Donald Trump get into office. And I will say this, because you guys may not have known, over the weekend I went to the UFC fight and I was able to talk to Trump in the VIP, and that inspired me. Then he signed my hat, which was pretty cool too. But I talked to his lawyer there. It was a bunch of people in the VIP that I had a chance to talk to, and it was a great experience, but it also reinvigorated how I feel about Trump, being able to talk to him in person, face to face, seeing him, talking to him. It made me feel like they wrong for what they doing to this man. He is not a bad person. He is not as crazy as you think he is. His tweets is crazier than he is in real life. He's very generous. He's kind. Now, I don't know what he's like on his airplane when he's flying places. He may be cussing people out and slapping people. I don't know. But when I've seen him, when I've met him the several times, and just this recently at the UFC fight.
Former President Donald Trump, escorted by UFC President and CEO Dana White. And they are all rising inside T-Mobile Arena to pay their respects to the former leader of these United States of America. Donald Trump is a massive UFC fan. He's watching our fight nights at home, but he has been omnipresent at our live events this year, and he is out to support the former interim champion Colby Covington tonight against Leon Edwards in our UFC Welterweight Championship main event.
You know, he just seems like a normal grandpa that's happy and go lucky and nice to everybody and generous, and they really want you to believe he's Hitler. It's the craziest thing that I've ever seen in my life. And all it does is make me, even the things that I disagree with him, it make me put him aside to say, we're going to take it to these clowns. Because they're not finna destroy our country, and we just going to do it laying on our back. We're going to do it without putting up a fight. It cannot happen. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I implore you to understand that we're in a fight, and also understand that we're going to win. And we're not going to win by just running our mouths. This time around, I'm gonna do some door knocking. I'm gonna be some canvassing or whatever, ballot harvesting. I don't know if ballot harvest is legal in Arizona. I gotta look it up. But I'm gonna be doing all I can to make sure that we win this election. And I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'll make a promise to you right here on the radio. I'm through vacillating in evaluating who I'm gonna support in this election. I've always had Trump at the top, but it was an iffy top. I'm confident enough to say that from this point on, it's all Trump, because there's no way nobody else is going to win, and there's no way nobody else can do what Trump can do with the power, influence, and money that he has. It's a no-brainer at this point. All right, ladies and gentlemen.